and some rest.
Okay, so I just started it.
Is it working?
It should take a second.
Are you streaming on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so it's streaming now. I'm sharing my whole screen.
Ah!
Yay!
Yay!
Let me see. I need to go to.
Now everyone will know.
Everyone will know where I live.
Whoa.
Everyone know what time zone you live in.
Hey, you popped up first on the live channel.
Wow! Slavic weedy
What?
What are you talking about?
There's someone named Slavic Weedy.
Slavic weedy.
And they said yeet.
Hold on, let me pull up your chat because I couldn't get it because you weren't live earlier. So
Yeah.
let me pull that up. Slavic weedy. Yep, there they are.
TT. Choo choo. Okay, I think I've announced it everywhere possible.
I forgot to do that, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I announced it on my channel, and then you announced yours on your channel, or Crown announced yours.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, cool.
Yeah. Yes.
It sounded like you were speaking backwards. What?
Me?
Was.
Or I?
Yeah.
We? A-E-I-O-U,
All of
sometimes
us.
I.
I was taught in sometimes W, and I never
W.
understood that. I know, right? I was like, what are you talking about?
I want the high poly of. Oh, okay. I see.
Where's brush?
I'll get that later.
There it is.
I'm gonna UV this giant pimple.
What is that?
It's not a pimple, it's an octopus eye. It just looks like a pimple.
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, someone else modeled this. This is not my work. And UV'd it. Or not UV'd it, oh my gosh, retypoed it. So there's a better, like, higher poly version. Well, I say better, you know.
I say better, but I mean worse.
Cut the eggy in half. What is this edge loop?
I can't get this neck right.
What is it?
I haven't had this problem before. Anyways.
Why is it this way? Has like some type of way.
I don't usually deal with other people's models, especially for UV wrapping. So how's that so far?
Oh gosh, it's so fun, you know. It's people like I don't know. I'm so like I don't know. I wasn't properly taught how to UV or not. Well, yeah. I mean, I was taught how to UV, but it was very like crash course, and I missed the class. So like all of my friends were teaching me, and then
Right.
I wasn't taught how to retopo at all. I just kind of looked up some dual tutorials, yes, and so I don't know if their like retopo work is like good or if mine's bad or I have no clue. A lot of what I've seen is really good. Like they can really reduce it a lot. The pupil's a little ridiculous, but other than that.
Hello, Mario, aka Starlight. Sorry, greeting someone in my stream. Yeah. Continue.
What? Where? Oh, I see.
Yes. I'm not insane yet.
But there are times when I'm retopoing, I try to do it like cut down evenly so that when I UV it, I can just take that edge loop and just cut it down the middle. And often with the retopo artist that I was working with, she's great, but she would just not have a slice down the middle, so it was like really hard to like figure out how to cut it up to where I can get it to work. I don't know. This one also, the geometry is a little funky. I click one what should be one edge loop, and they all get selected.
I get what you mean. I've done that before. I was working for a client, and he was like, "Oh, can you retopo this or not retopo? UV unwrap."
Right.
It looked like. Have you ever used things like ZRemesher or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he used that. Basically.
Oh no. So like, yeah, he should have retopoed it first.
Yeah.
I was taught like in the beginning of the quarter, I was like usually in the beginning of the quarter I would sculpt in Maya and then retopo in Maya and
sculpt in Maya?
Yes, I would sculpt in Maya. They have sculpting tools and I like to use them because I was just like, I don't know ZBrush so well. And then this guy in my class was like, use ZBrush, it's the best thing ever, and he taught me how to use like Remesher and some other stuff, and I can use ZBrush now, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm like talking and trying to find an edge loop that I can use to cut this thing in half.
I'm sculpting right now without any reference while trying to talk. It's incredibly difficult. I'm like creating a character and that's a good question that Mario, aka Starlight, poses.
Opinions on Blender? Oh no, wait. I have a question too.
All right.
I have opinions on Blender.
I have opinions on Blender too. All right, we'll get to this. First, Mario, because he was the first one to ask it. Then
yeah. You don't know who was first to ask it. This dude was on my chat.
I have your chat open.
Okay, whatever. Go
on. Hold on. I forgot. I have music in my playlist that is not safe for work.
I don't. Oh gosh.
Shh, it's fine. Anyways, I put it on folk. It's good. He asked what takes more time, creating a character or to animate/compose it. I think he meant to pose it, but for me, I think creating the character with the rig takes longer, but just like sculpting and retopoing takes less time, but the rigging and texturing takes the longest.
Rigging.
Yeah. So in this project I'm on, the process has been like really long. Like we had to have someone sculpt it in ZBrush, and then we'd have to remesh it and then export it to someone to retopo it, and then after it's retopoed, they send it to me, or I retopo it. It depends. It's either me or someone else, and then I UV it and then I texture it, and that's like just the first bit, and then they have to get someone to rig it, and that's been probably the most difficult, getting people, because for some reason the animators on my team don't know how to rig as well, and we have a club kind of thing called the Riggers Union. And so we went over to them and we were like, hey, can you do this for us? But they're not on any sort of schedule like we are. So we're freaking out, like, the animations and art content are due next Friday. And the riggers are just like, oh, well, we have other classes, so we'll see what we can do, but, you know, we're just volunteers, so you can't really, like, do anything about it, so
yeah,
it's not ideal, but I don't know. Oh, here was an edge loop that I could have used.
Alright, so what was Brown Bag's opinion?
Blender. I actually do not have any opinions on Blender, so you two talk.
Alright, Zill, you go first, because I have strong opinions on Blender.
I'm sure you do. Blender works. I'm
waiting to respond so badly.
I'm starting at the top of the mountain and I'm gonna ski downhill the whole time. Yeah, I've been using. Oh, I've known about Blender since probably the early 2000s, like when it was still in its early stages. And it worked, but it's really janky.
Yeah, early Blender was not good.
The user interface has been garbage for over 15 years.
Hasn't it updated recently?
Yes.
The new one actually looks pretty decent. I was still having issues, like, trying to figure out, like, how to, like, do a few things, like, few basic things, which I think the basic stuff should be, you know, pretty visible immediately. It's definitely an improvement. Blender has a lot of support, and they get a lot of support from free labor.
You're saying this all like you're trying to describe like someone that you want to have a friend ask out, but you don't want to say that they're ugly. It's like they have a really good smile.
But in my past experience so far, Blender is difficult to learn, difficult to use, and isn't, like, it can do things, yeah, but, like, not always very good.
Alright.
It's bloated, it's got way too much stuff in it, and it crashes all the time. And it's just janky and confusing. That's my opinion. I've used Maya, 3D Max, and Lightwave, and I think a few other smaller programs.
Didn't you say you used like that one 3D program that like is really good to start off with?
Yeah, Animator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that one, like, almost never crashes, but it's so simple. It's just like a very light thing to learn something on.
I thought of a really good insult, but it's in the face of Blender. It's like, it's so simple you could almost call it Blender. But anyways, so I'm going to defend Blender now because Blender's my home. This is like insulting my homeland.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
The first time I ever used a 3D animation software was 3D Max, and within a week I could animate in it without any tutorials. I could do animations in it because it was easy to figure out. I have off and on tried Blender for the past 15 years, and I have never made a final an actual model of anything in it, because it's very frustrating and difficult.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off the same way. I'm gonna start off with my good points, and then kind of go into my. I very much disagree with you, because I can agree with you with a lot of those things. Blender is very difficult to learn. Yeah. And its user interface is kind of jank, or was. I think it's decent now.
2.8 looks pretty decent.
I also don't use 2.8 though. I prefer my old version, but that's me being crazy. That's like I can admit to me being stupid there. But yeah. So, what's the other thing you said? You said something else that I agreed with, but I can't remember.
It's terrible.
Shut up. No, but so for Blender, it's very shortcut key oriented, and I've been trying to learn Maya for a while. Oh, hello, Solon. And the problem with Maya is it's so menu based. It takes forever to learn anything, or not learn anything, do anything.
Maya? Oh my gosh,
Maya,
it's UV. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. But with Maya, it's like so long to do anything. Blender, I can get something whipped up within 3 seconds. It's really, really efficient. That's why the menu was so horrible for so long. It's because they were focused on those shortcut keys, which was such a good, efficient system.
I'm going to disagree on that, because it takes me like every tool is good at some things and bad at others, obviously.
Right.
Like I like using Lightwave because I can throw things together really, really fast. And the menus are really clean and laid out, and they use words instead of icons, and the shortcuts work really well too. So like, it's just good. But not many people use it. With Maya has fantastic rigging tools. Like it's really fast. Like I can just go click, 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 and now I have an IK arm.
Fair enough. Oh wait. I remembered something. I remembered what I was gonna agree with you. Blender has way too many things going on with it. Like it has video editing as a game engine. I'm like, it should cut 90% of that. Like it should focus on modeling and animation. Like basically a competitor to Maya, nothing else. But anyways, yeah, continue. I just wanted to say what I remembered.
Yeah, Maya's rigging and weight tools are fantastic, and the animation tools look really, really good too. Let's see. I can't say much more on Blender because it's still really difficult to me to get past that simple block with any amount of patience.
Right.
But with I've had my frustrations with Maya. Mostly because of the menus. I've tried to go through 3 separate menus and I end up in the exact same place somehow. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like if you want Blender, like the main selling point for Blender is that it's free.
Oh, you're bringing out that card, are you?
Yeah, well, like listen to anybody argue, like besides you so far. Anybody that like online that they're like arguing for Blender, it's like Blender can do everything. It's like so can everything else. Like, well, Blender's fast at this. I was like, well, this is also fast. And like you have to like if you're a master with any program, you can be pretty fast at
it.
Yeah.
Why is my music going on higher? And it's continuing.
You trying to drown me out?
Yeah. Oh, still randomly cut off.
Oh no, he's disappearing.
Well, guess I win.
Can Blender help 3D print food, which you can then put in a blender? Oh, that's Ed.
It's Ed,
Ed's
yeah.
making puns.
Ed.
Ed. I mean, if you want to learn 3D, there's plenty of options. Blender is one of them.
Your condescending is so good. I wish I could do that as well as you could. That head shape is off.
I don't like. One of the reasons I don't like Blender is the constant push for it. Like everyone.
I agree.
Constantly bragging about how it's so amazing.
Oh my gosh, like, Blender! It's like
yeah, it can do all the stuff that those fancy, expensive programs to do, and it's free. And it's like, I mean, it's free, and it can technically do the things the other stuff can do, but a lot of the stuff that it's doing is like it's usually less efficient. And it's harder on the hardware, I think, too.
Is it? I've never really had many problems with crashing in Blender. I've found more crashing in Maya than anything else. So maybe that's just me, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways,
also, when you're in the chats,
yeah, I know
everything you're doing. Okay.
I know. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with what they're saying.
I think we should move on to a different subject because we could talk about this for hours.
We could, and it's like an endless battle.
Freaking my file! Ah! I'm trying to get the high poly version of this eye, and what's happening is like I had someone like put it into the Google Docs because I can't access the school's network right now for some reason. It's just broken because my file sucks. But they only pushed over what I asked for, like the high poly mesh, and they just gave me the low poly, the Maya file that's just like the retopo, which is also low poly, and then the ZBrush file, which I can't use. But it's not their fault because like I put the high poly files into a folder titled old by mistake, so like
So was there were other questions that we never got to because we got to like
what
sidetracked.
Were there?
Yeah. Is it worth learning Maya if you are moderately skilled at 3ds Max?
Both are fine.
I think it's worth learning it because it's good for like if you're doing this professionally. If you're not doing it professionally, I don't think there's any reason. But if you're doing it professionally, always learn Maya because that's really like the industry standard. And
yeah.
Me too.
Both programs are industry standard. I've been applying to internships recently, and I've been seeing both Maya and 3ds Max, so it'll help you either way. Once you learn one 3D program, it's pretty easy to learn the rest. Just depends on which is the easiest to learn.
Oh, which I need to say this.
No.
Still will not drop it.
No, it's important to be aware of because Blender's like controls don't operate the same. So like
that's true. They do not operate.
It's important to be aware that Blender, like its mouse controls and its button layout is not similar to a lot of other 3D programs.
Well, you can also modify it easily to be like that because I do that because it's just more convenient. I don't use the middle mouse click to orbit or anything.
If you start with Blender on the default controls, And if like if I'm correct, which I'm assuming I'm correct because I'm a very, very intelligent man. Most of Blender's tutorials are going to use the default controls and shortcuts.
Yes,
right?
But at the same time, I must say this: most tutorials don't go into the actual default controls. They don't talk about, oh, this is how you orbit and everything.
Oh, okay.
From my experience, at least.
So starting with Blender, it might be more difficult to transfer over to something else. And then get frustrated and go back to Blender and then brag about how Blender's better.
All right.
Okay, I'm done. But I responded to the person saying it's good knowing multiple programs because different jobs may only offer specific programs. But you learn basics of 3D, so you understand what like polygon flow, retro topology, how to like
topology,
retopology,
retopology,
retropology, old apology.
When you apologize,
old apologies.
I'm down for it. Mario, what? aka Starlight.
Mario.
Andrew Price. If you're looking for good tutorials for Blender, he doesn't go often into specifics, like specifics of like, oh, this is how you, like this is how you do this in Blender. He'll do it sometimes, but very rarely. He more teaches the general rules of 3D, which I find is just much more useful than anything else. You know what I mean?
No. Would you say 3D, 2D puppet styles like Lion Guard and MLP, the movie, are more expressive than full-on 3D animation?
Wait. What's the question? Would you say
2D? Lion Guard and MLP more expressive than Frozen, for example?
It's not a matter of 2D or 3D because both are just like a medium to use. Like the expressiveness is completely based on the skills of the animators.
Right.
Exactly. Skill and time and everything.
Yeah. Which is why a lot of TV stuff is going to be less detailed, less expressive sometimes because they got to like make more efficient, faster like facial controls. Whereas with movies for Pixar and Disney, they can spend weeks on a single expression.
Yeah. They don't often, but they can.
Yeah, I was reading something else that like a lot of them could spend days on a single pose.
Oh yeah, poses are a different thing, like entirely. But facial expressions less so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to learn Maya actually one day. It's just every time I learn it, I think I'm not a Blender purist, right? I don't think Blender, oh, it's so much better. But I think I could do this so much faster in Blender, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one.
You know it.
Yes, partially. But I think it's more because Blender is genuinely faster than Maya, right? Like, it's incredibly hard to learn, but I do think it's faster.
Faster in which way? Like modeling?
Modeling.
Or what? Modeling. Okay.
Animation, I think Maya might be better. I don't know. I haven't animated much of Maya. I'm trying to think of like why. Like there are a bunch of reasons I didn't learn it, but maybe it's because I'm not much of an animator. I'm more of a modeler than anything else. But yeah. Just funny because I've been told that my animation is so much better than my modeling so many times, and every time I'm told that, it breaks my heart a bit. Like, but look at this thing. You're like, but look at your animation. It's so unfair. I'm like, thanks.
I think animation is generally more interesting for people because it's moving.
True. I also think that not that animation is easier by any means, but it's like if you know the basics, it's harder to learn, easier to master, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's my opinion, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
With like models and sculpting everything, it's easy to learn, hard to master.
I think that's like a lot of things. Like, there's nothing that's like easy to master.
Well, it says I said animation. I think is actually easy to master once you learn it. Because this is just maybe this is just me, but like a lot of animators are really good, but the ones that aren't are pretty bad. I don't think, oh, this one's a medium. I think, oh, this is really good or really bad.
Well, what's a good animator then? Like a YouTube animators? Like, there's a lot of ones that are like good, but they're not masterful. Like, there's a lot of people that can do decently well, and it's acceptable. But like stuff like James Baxter, he's a master of animation.
Right. I'm saying most. I don't know. I have weird opinions on this, so maybe it's just me.
Well, no, that's fine. You can have your opinions. I have my opinions, and I'm interested. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just curious.
Right. It's my stance is like animation. Once you learn it, like not like, oh, I know how to add keyframes and everything, right? But
Mm-hmm.
once you learn the central rules and everything of it, then it's much easier to get really good at it than it is sculpting or modeling. Because with that, you can understand anatomy and you can understand how to sculpt. Like, I understand how to sculpt, and I understand anatomy a lot. But, like, I'm not nowhere near a master, right?
Right, okay, yeah.
But I don't know a lot about animation. I wouldn't say I know it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But people say I'm really good. That's what I'm saying. It's easy to learn, hard to master. Because I don't try to learn animation that much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. That may be stupid, but that's how I feel.
No. You don't have to call your opinion stupid. So I'm just trying to understand, because like there's my experience is that like I see a lot of people like, this person is amazing at animation, but like the animation's like alright, but their illustration's fantastic.
Right. I'm not talking that. I mean actual actual people. Animation. Yeah, I'm talking about people I respect too. I'm not talking about just this one YouTube comment, right?
Right.
So they'll tell me my animation's great, and then they'll say my modeling's okay. I'm like, how? I don't practice animation nearly as much. Also, Ed asked a question. I never saw it. Oh, thank you for following, Mario. What do you think of Nickelodeon playing their next Rugrats feature films?
Oh, they're CG babies.
I didn't know about this.
CG babies!
Here's an idea. Let's capture live babies from the wild.
Wild babies?
Yeah.
Oh, is that... I googled...
live babies?
I'm googling the Rugrats stuff. I'm trying to find information on it. Super Babies the movie? Super Babies?
Yeah, Super Babies. You know Super Babies? I don't know
Geniuses?
Super Babies.
Oh, Baby Geniuses. Okay.
Wasn't that movie like actually awful? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but I know people that
think
did.
so. Well, the news details on the cast, like, there's no visuals for it yet, so it's hard to tell. The cast will be written by cast and storyline for new Rugrats hasn't been revealed, but David Goodman, from Family Guy, is writing the script.
Oh, good. That's good. That's why best show to like write a kids family show.
Yeah, Rugrats, but with Family Guy.
I hate Family Guy. I like people say, "Oh, but the early seasons." No, I hated the early seasons too. I never liked Family Guy. What is a favorite execution of 3D animation in a movie? It's a good question. I'm trying to think. Okay.
Spider-Verse.
I've said my piece on Spider-Verse before, so I'm not gonna get into that.
Have you?
Yeah, I don't like.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But was
what?
Kind of to
Marina's like, what an interesting opinion you have.
How interesting your wrong opinion is.
What are your opinions on the Will Smith genie?
I'm for it.
You mean the won't Smith genie? Cause
Oh snap.
I think there's some. Oh yeah, sorry. Are you still answering the previous questions?
Yeah, we never answered that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not a brony. I say as per in a pony convention thing, but I actually really like the use of the 3D 2D hybrid in the My Little Pony movie. Just too bad it was on such a boring movie. I wanted to like that movie. I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the visuals in it.
Yeah, it was visually great.
Yeah, everything else was. Yeah.
The story was like the ponies kind of do stuff and then it ends.
I love road trip movies like that, like the Jungle Book and stuff. But that one was just.
Yeah. So, what is this? See, the only problem I have with the Will Smith genie is Will Smith doesn't look good in blue, and two, I think the most important thing is like it looks like they just pasted on a face and then had somebody just animate the body separately, and it doesn't feel like
that too.
cohesive. It's not cohesive. It doesn't look or act like Will Smith. He just kind of talks like him. So it's uncanny valley, really.
First, YouTube Rewind. Now, Aladdin. What next will you ruin Will Smith? I almost said Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith. I think he's done. He's been done with films for a while.
Yeah.
He's been like collecting like money for something. I saw yesterday. I don't remember what it was. It was cool. He was doing something. Yes, I am offering very good commentary today.
Oh, I just saw the texture alert. Did you just texture that?
Which one?
The thing on your stream.
The eye? Oh, yeah, I'm putting down the base colors.
Oh. Maya makes it look so much better than Blender when you're texture painting.
This is Substance.
Oh, it's Substance. Oh, that makes sense.
Substance is amazing.
I need to use Substance sometime. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this guy have really tiny eyes. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Jaden Smith thing. I'm just like, I like really bad CG use in movies.
You mean Will Smith?
Like, I cannot wait for the Sonic movie because of that.
Oh, jeez.
I'm so excited.
There's no way they could separate Sonic's eyes and make it work.
They did it in the Sonic fan film.
Did they?
Yeah. There's no excuse. I just love that it's just so awful. I think they're doing it on purpose.
Publicity, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't separate his eyes in the sandstone.
Yeah, they didn't. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
they made it one eye.
Yeah. And yeah, that one didn't look too bad.
Yeah, I think it looked a bit too werewolfy, but I think that was like a budget thing. You know?
Yeah. I mean, fur is just really difficult in general, and that was kind of an older.
Yeah.
It was 2000s. Oh no, when was that?
2016, I think it was. If I'm going off memory.
It was like 3 years ago. Detective Pikachu. The only thing I have to say about Detective Pikachu is that it should have been voiced by, what's his face? DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Okay. Everyone's saying Detective Pikachu kind of looks ugly and everything. Pichu. Oh, Detective Pichu. That'd be
kind of. I think it does a little bit.
I love the way he looks. I think he looks great in CG. I don't know why everyone's going, oh, he looks awful. I
don't think he looks awful. I think there's a bit of an uncanny valley thing. It happens a lot with 2D to 3D transitions.
Perfect to me.
Converting a flat yellow creature into like a fuzzy thing.
Yeah.
I think it looks perfect, but that might just be me. I also didn't grow up with Pokemon, so.
I didn't either.
I did. Well, I was there for the originals. I had a Pokemon Red. I watched the original story of Ash Ketchum before he gained immortality.
When there's actually a chance he might die.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Like Pikachu actually became. I actually liked him because Ash basically almost sacrificed his entire life to protect Pikachu.
Wasn't that in the first movie?
No, it was in the first like few episodes of the series.
Oh, was it? I remember the movie. Like that's the only thing I watched. So
Pikachu hated him at the beginning and would just shock him all the time.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then like they got attacked by a bunch of like Fearos or whatever, just giant birds, and like Ash kept him safe the whole time, and then like got him to a safe place, and then Pikachu was like, "I love you."
Gmod716 said, "Imagine him being voiced by Gilbert Gottfried."
Oh jeez.
Whew.
That would be silly. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. The part I always have trouble with when sculpting is the eye socket, not the eye socket, the eyelids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the eyelids are very difficult to actually make for me because the like I don't know how to explain this, but like making a lid wrap around a like a sphere is very difficult for me. It like I've been doing more sculpts where I keep the eyes closed recently because of that, but it's not good practice to get into. I need to like actually just do open eyes.
Yeah.
Being ooh, I'm down for that, Edward.
What?
He said, "Did you know the first movie is being remade in CG to make it look like claymation?"
That's cool. Which one? Like what movie?
First
Oh,
Pokemon movie. I've done that before, Sonal. It's just I never get the result quite right. It doesn't look organic enough, in my opinion. And now my character has a growth on his forehead. Oh, it doesn't look good? I'm surprised. Most claymation things look pretty good to me.
What doesn't look good?
He said I think he's talking about the movie. It doesn't look good.
The Pokemon one?
Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't seen many movies many new movies, I should say, in a while. So that's another factor to take in. Like, the only modern movie I'm gonna see anytime soon is Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah. Looks bad.
Does it?
Kinda. I don't know. She's very uncanny looking.
Oh, apparently that's part of the actual character, though. Like, the eyes are supposed to look weird.
I don't know. It kind of takes me out of it.
Fair enough. I don't know. I literally know two things about the movie. One is that my friend likes it. Two is that she has weird eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'll go see it. But that and Fate's, the new Fate movie are the only new movies I'm going to go be seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch many movies in general, I'm realizing.
I don't either.
Oh, hello there.
Why, hello there.
Hello.
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 Oh, yo. I got raid of 12 people. Hello, Logo. Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for the raid, Ronnie.
Raid.
I'm surprised no one's taken advantage of the song request. Most people abuse that.
Hello, Kaito.
Hello.
Raven Kaito.
I cannot get this eye right for the life of me. This is the part that always takes me 12 years to finish. Am I?
Huh. I'm just watching you right now. Do you use a separate sphere for the eye?
So sometimes, but like it usually never gives me the organic thing I'm looking for. I probably could, to be honest.
I don't know. Eyes are difficult though.
Well, yeah. Hold on, let me actually make the turn off transparency.
See, if I was to do like sculpting stuff, I would still like model the base structure of it in
Yeah, that's what I do as well.
by hand, and then like just subdivide it. It makes stuff like the eyelids and stuff really easy.
That's scary. Seeing it with pupils and stuff. I'm good. Undo that. Yeah, no, I have a base mesh, but it's very basic, so I can modify it according to the character that I want.
Right.
Because I don't like where's transparency? I don't like doing it without with like a very strict base, because then it's more difficult to edit, and I might end up making my characters more generic. I find it like having a base when drawing. Not necessarily the same thing, obviously, but that's just how that's how my mind interprets it.
Right. It's nice to have something to start off with instead of trying to rebuild it from scratch every time.
Yeah.
I get you.
Go on, Nyla. You can get up there. Oh. You just link it, logo. I need to actually pull up the chat on my laptop so I can do that. Hold on. Give me a second. Great, mute. Here. Give me a second. I gotta do things. I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared.
No, I was not. Alright, I'm gonna link it to myself on the Discord. I press enter on my keyboard on my laptop and not my desktop. So I have my desktop for the chat, my laptop. Because I could unplug everything like to use a second monitor, but I was like, nah. The only reason I'm using my laptop and not my desktop is because my cable isn't long enough to plug into my desktop. I was prepared. Detective, why'd you request that song?
That Baby Shark?
Yes. And
How dare.
I always play what people request. So we're listening to Baby Shark.
So this Bad Flowers channel, he had like a radio station thing going on, and he just had to put in some stuff, and it would search it and find it. And everyone's playing like their good old like punk rock and classic stuff, and I was like, Teletubby theme, Barney theme, and like I made like a list of those kinds of like childish weird songs.
That's great. I love that.
He was so upset. He was just like, ugh, I'm gonna have to go
I
in and
love
delete
upsetting Bad Flower. It's
fun. It's weird, right?
You guys are mean.
It's fun to take on.
It's like, yeah, it's probably mean and everything, but it's really funny.
I don't understand what it is, but he just has it. Like, I'm drawn to pick on him. I try not to all the time, but I'm just drawn to.
Yeah, I insult people who make fun of him, and then I'll immediately do it after. That's funny to me.
Yeah, and just to be fair, I don't hate him.
I do. No, I don't.
It all started with when he first joined like a channel and then asked to have the furry tag, and I was like, it was me and Rob just like totally just went off on him, and and then we just didn't stop. I think it has to. I have my theories of why I'm that way with him. I don't hate him, but it's just.
But God, do I dislike him? Alright, hold on. I need to now play Logo Fox's song. I need to copy that one again as well. Hold on. Copy link location to Discord. Alright. I press enter on the keyboard again, like on the laptop one.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Logo, just so you know, your suggestion is just as bad as Detectives. And there's ads, of course. Give me a second. There we go.
It'd be funny if you got like
What?
What do you call copyright strike on an advertisement playing?
Oh. That'd be amazing. I wouldn't even be mad.
Well, it'd be like so backwards.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I didn't pay for you to have this advertisement on here.
Yeah.
I don't accept free advertising.
The music's not. Can you guys hear the music? It's not off.
I don't. Well, it's not playing for me.
Can you not hear it? Oh, okay, you do.
Oh, I
hear it.
hear
All right.
it.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? It's not on.
That's good.
I still love how I eventually joined this like HAHCon thing, and I originally hated it because it landed on my birthday.
Why?
Because I couldn't watch it. I was like,
I guess you would be busy, huh?
Yeah. God damn it, these eyes are looking wrong.
They look spherical. They need to be more anime.
Exactly.
Anime is perfection.
I realized I've never made an anime skull, and that was like, it was surprising to me. Then again, I also don't watch much anime, so.
What do you watch?
That's a good question. A lot of YouTube. I mostly just listen to music. Oh, right now I've been watching Mario 64 speedruns, like, non-stop.
What do you watch for inspiration for 3D work?
I don't. I just make things.
That explains a lot.
I already get that from sir, alright. But no, I just kind of see things, I'm like, oh, I want to make that. Like, this is gonna sound really, I'm better than you, but I don't look at media, I look more at real life and think, oh, I'd like to make that.
Yeah, no, the only thing that I would consider being better than me or whatever is like you look at something like I'm gonna make that and then you do make that because I'm lazy.
I feel that too much.
That is the truth.
I don't want Ariana Grande. No, there. Song requests. There, I got through 2 that were requested. No more. There you go. And stretch that. They're too circular. I'm agreeing with you. The more I work on this, they're also too close together.
Logo says I don't really like online conventions. I'm someone who prefers to do something physical. Yeah, I think
you cut off
online
there.
conventions are
just
for
read the chat, Nick.
I didn't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, online conventions. The reason the online convention exists is for people that couldn't make it to real conventions.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. That was the entirety of the original plan, and now it's a thing because it's cheap, and you get to hang out with groups of people. It's like a holiday. It doesn't need to exist, but it does so people can celebrate something.
It's true. That is the truest statement I've ever heard.
People can get together and pretend they enjoy life.
Okay, that's less true. I genuinely enjoy life, so.
I was trying to appeal to the edgy kids.
That's a mistake I've only made once.
Mm-hmm.
I could have made so many poor jokes, but I decided I better not.
I can't afford poor jokes.
Hey.
Hey.
Wolf, Pogo, whatever your name is. Why? I don't know what you're gonna link. I'm scared. Sincerely me.
Oh, I like that one.
Magic. I don't know this.
No, wait. Sincerely me. Is it Dear Evan Hansen?
I don't know. It says Dear Evan Hansen in the first second.
Yeah, then it's, yeah, that's the one I know.
All right. Would you link me logo?
She linked you advertisements.
This is a weird song already. Good Wolf. I can appreciate Hamilton. This is loud now.
Hey Zill, what do you think of my eye?
Whoa! I just looked at that. How'd you do that?
Substance is amazing.
Yeah.
And so is Marina at using it.
Stop being good, Marina.
I'm still learning. It doesn't really look like a real octopus eye because all these dots.
I don't want to hear it from you, Marina. You're great. Shut up.
Yeah, you don't. I don't think the speckles. I mean, you could put the speckles on there if you wanted.
I did, but
layers and layers of.
It kind of muddled it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're gone now, but I had them on before.
I mean, I don't have the greatest internet, so like they'd just be blurred out anyways.
Oh.
Hold on, I forgot to link your stream in my stream.
But it looks good.
Thank you.
Here, Solon, and anyone else in this chat, go watch Marina's stream as well. I'd link Zillorus if he was streaming, but his internet's a big old loser.
Yep.
1 second.
Is there like an official color for the? Do you have like a reference for the octopus?
I'm going off of the tentacle arm.
Okay.
So just so that they look the same.
That makes sense. Maybe you get, yeah. Well, no, you're getting it.
What?
I don't have any opinions that would suffice as help.
Okay.
Looks good.
Thanks.
I would critique, but I'm bad at doing that while also working. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Why are you and Zill really good at sounding really sarcastic?
I'm just tired. I'm tired, yeah.
Alright. I got more song suggestions, and I'm afraid of each one of them. Except I know what the next one's Hamilton, so. Wait, where is it?
The eye, because there's nothing connected to it, kind of looks like some sort of meat patty.
Yeah.
How do I hugs? I believe it's just slash hugs and then someone else. Let me try. No. It's slash hug. I don't remember.
Is there like a help?
I don't remember. It's been forever since I've actually used a command with Mr. Inbot. How's this guy? It's impressive you can do that. I don't know why, but I expected you to, like, Wolf to link a joke one where you think it's going to be regular, and then they change Alexander Hamilton to something else.
Man, I like the dry brushing on like the outside, like the skin parts, but the eye looks bad. The lids.
Yeah, the eye needs. Oh my god.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Octopi eye. Ugh.
What?
Their eyes are weird.
So, Marina, when you stream, do you use ZRemesher, when you stream, when you sculpt, I meant, do you use ZRemesher when you get to a level where you need to, or do you use Dynamesh?
I usually use ZRemesher when I'm ready to like port it over to Maya to retopo it.
Right.
So like, I don't know, I just try to watch my poly count and not let it get too high.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure how Dynamesh works. But I'm not the most familiar with ZBrush. I've just kind of just started learning it.
Right.
Here we go.
I know that I have it on autoplay logo. I'm not gonna let it stay on autoplay, although I could. All right, what's your other song that you linked? There we go. Gosh darn it, ads. Oh, you linked two Hamilton songs. Cool. Wait. No, you didn't. I'm just being an idiot. Am I? Hold on. No, you linked it twice. We're not listening to it twice, so. I don't like the songs that logo links. They scare me. It's good. You don't have to do that logo. It's fine. Oh my god. I always forget how difficult it is to talk while working. I'm not even working on something important. This is literally just like I'm doing this for fun. But it's so difficult.
Yeah, I'm watching you sculpt the eye, and like I'm just like it'd just be so much easier just to be like subdivided surface and then just adjust a couple
Yeah,
edges.
that's how I feel about when I'm working in ZBrush.
I'm very tentative when I subdivide in ZBrush. I very rarely do it. Like,
well, I mean like editing with like subdivision like cages mostly.
Oh, you mean like actually modeling it?
Yeah, modeling it by hand. I prefer modeling by hand over everything else.
I'm kind of with you there.
I want to learn sculpting so I can do like high resolution sculpts and then bake the textures on it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that very often.
What do you think of the sculpt so far, keeping in mind that I literally have no reference?
Looks pretty good.
Dude.
Wait, I'm sculpting on the wrong thing. Shit.
You always have like that. Like I've noticed like habits is like you have like a very small mouth usually.
Really?
And that pronounced chin. And like
I love pronounced chins. I will admit to that. That's a thing I always do, but that's because I love them so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like whenever I make a person a full body thing, everyone notices I make them super muscular. It's because I love, like, not just making muscles, but like whenever I see someone, I love looking at their muscles.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you judge me for this?
I'm not judging you out loud. You don't know anything.
Can't a man just like, except they're not his?
Sure. Yeah, I appreciate muscles. They're cool.
I also do this thing where I go over it with the standard clay brush alpha, like in certain areas, and then I go over it again with a no alpha, or at least that's a more recent development. It just gives it a more organic feel, I think. Bryce said a point. I can't hear you judging, but I can hear you judging. also Logo will play the song after I'm done with this song. Why is everyone not like Mr. Inbot? Every time he's brought up, people are like, I don't trust him. I don't like him.
Man, just slowly moving the slider makes it look like there's a bunch of ants just like crawling around in his eye.
I've been there before. Who hasn't?
That's nightmare fuel. It's almost like a really like Eye of Sauron in a way.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned is that apparently a lot of people tape the eye to get thinner as it gets to the edge, and I was like, wait, people do that? Like, I've always thought of the eye as being completely even around the edge, and it is. But apparently people think that's not. And I was like, interesting. Because
What do you mean?
So, like, the closer it gets to the edge where the eye connects to the eye, they think it gets thinner.
The eye connects to the eye.
Or the lid connects to where the edge of the eye, or connects to where the actual skull bit is, you know?
Right.
They apparently think it gets thinner there, but it doesn't. And I don't know why people think that. And I want to know why, but I haven't met someone that does that.
But they say people do that.
Yeah, like people that I've talked to that have taught other people to sculpt. They say, oh yeah, this person thought like that the eye tapers. I'm like, wait, why? And they said it was a common issue. I'm like, it is?
Ooh. Marina's getting the some sort of transparency on there. And it looks cool. With the blue
Transparency.
Like
Alright, there's a
gloss? Or I don't know what it is.
I was just
but
playing with stuff.
Specularity?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know what he's talking
definitely
about.
adding to it. The blue layer that you're adding on.
Oh, that like little glowing. It's not glow.
Yeah.
But like...
It gives it an extra
logo.
Cool.
Just so you know, I hate you for suggesting a song because my sister loves this song, and I can't stand it.
You think the small bit of blue makes it look better?
I think it adds to it.
I think it washes it out.
It does wash it out.
But
I think it gives it like that, like a almost a kind of a fishy eye layer thing over it. But I see what you're saying. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if it's accurate to what you're going for or what you want.
Yeah. Whistle, whistle. Did Nick leave or what's going on?
What?
I think he's focusing.
What?
I heard whistling and I
No.
thought you went to go like deal with a dog or something.
I wasn't whistling.
I just heard whistling, so.
Wasn't me.
I did too. I don't know
Maybe
where it came from.
Maybe like someone in my house was whistling. It somehow came through. I'd be impressed if that was the case.
Nitsua says, my roof. I don't know when that was.
It's like an hour ago.
Yeah, that was what.
A while ago. It's like, my roof, no. Yawn.
How long have you guys been streaming for so far?
It's been about an hour. Or
It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
Yeah. Take that, people that stream for less.
For less?
Yeah.
People stream for less.
I think that song's over then. Why is she always ready with another song?
Which is a good question.
All right, I'm gonna make the lips bigger because you pointed out and been focusing on it now. It's like, yeah, those are very small lips.
It looks like the face of a moon or something.
The what?
Like it looks like a moon. It looks like a rock.
Oh.
My octopus eye thing.
Your octopus eye.
Hold on. Yeah, it does actually. I thought you were talking about my sculpt. I was like, I don't know how to take that.
I think he's near completion.
My head is too elongated, I'm realizing.
I'm gonna get some renders and get some feedback from the team people and see what they think.
Are you ready to end the stream then?
Oh no, I can.
Oh no, I'm cool with ending at any time. I was just asking.
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
I have to be somewhere at 5 anyways, so what time is
I also have to be somewhere at 5. Or start leaving at 5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So how about another 15 minutes then?
Sure.
End it?
I'm just taking pictures of the octopus eye anyways.
Yeah.
It stares into your soul.
Wasn't that like your first YouTube video too? It stares
yeah.
Into I feel like I make the same person every time I'm told make something without reference.
Yeah, it's because you need references.
Yeah. I don't usually make things without reference. It's just I didn't want to bother looking for it. This one time.
Laziness.
Well, I also am just doing this for practice. It's not like doing anything major. Alright, logo. I'll check out the stream because I'm almost done. So. I actually like this song you linked, logo. You get a point for me.
Yay, points.
I thought you were singing the that thing from SpongeBob. One with the collar, turtleneck. That's what it was in my mind.
The best way to wear a stripe is it wear a striped sweater? The best day to wear a striped sweater.
is all the time. That's odd. There's a glitch going on in the other side, but it's supposed to be a symmetrical model.
Legend of the Dragoon or Dragon?
What?
Raven Kaito said, like, thanks for subscribing, Benjamin Sloaneker. I don't know if he's watching right
Legend
now.
of the Dragoon.
Dragoon?
There's Legend of Dragoon for the old PlayStation.
I think of Panzer Dragoon when I think of the word Dragoon. But that's for Dreamcast, so I doubt that was it.
Stay away, striped sweater.
I got that stuck in your head now.
I don't even know the proper tune.
I'm not even gonna tell you. Gonna make it worse. Oh, that's a problem. That's why his lips were looking so off. ZBrush, I don't need you to actually say for me every time I do anything. I was originally going to make this guy a zombie dude, but then I made him try to look normal, which made him end up looking weirder, because I don't have the time to make him look normal. I'm ready to end it now.
Okay.
Yeah, because like that was 15 minutes, that was 5 minutes. I lied. But I'm tired, and I have to message people back because I realized they were messaging me, and I was ignoring them, and I have to drive someone somewhere.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm ending it.
Okay.
Night, everybody.
Right.
Ending it.
Good night.
Gotta remember how to end the stream.
And my stream is oh, and someone just